Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just thinking about some topics to talk about, and we came up with one about, I guess we can entitle the Angry Vegans.
Angry vegans that don't like children. And not necessarily, I mean, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to have children or anything like that, but to actually say it's bad for the planet, bad for the environment, when we're not actually overpopulated, it's just the way our societies are.
I mean, our society portrays it as overpopulation because of greed, I would say, more or less, and people want so much of one thing. They want control over certain things, and they think that by people having children, it's going to affect their lives.
Well, it's also capitalism. I mean, if the world wasn't revolved around money, there wouldn't be starving children, because really there's enough for everybody everywhere. We just all have to work together, but that's not how the world works. It's all about making money.
It doesn't take much to plant a seed and let it grow, and then feed the hungry, so to speak. You can plant wherever there's homelessness or people that are starving. Like they show these children all over the country starving for food, and people getting cargoes shipped over there just for them, and people raising money. But that's not even the case. I mean, there's seeds don't cost anything to ship out or start planting.
Even so, there are some places that it's hard to grow. Water's not very accessible. But if money was an issue, then why can't they have access to that? Why can't we ship them out everything that they need? Well, because it costs money, manpower. That person needs to be paid to go over there and give them everything. And people don't want to put money towards that because they're not benefiting.
Exactly, because if you really break down the whole picture, there's the world is like 90% is covered in water. It's the most valued resource on this planet, and that alone can change the world. I mean, there's so many things that we can do with water that a lot of people have the capabilities. We have very intelligent people that are scientists and stuff that can do things to give us free electricity. It's all a money-making thing for the industry. Like I saw something that Nikola Tesla had when he passed away, that the government, and this is supposedly supposed to be a conspiracy, but from what I've read, that when he passed away, they took all his documents and stuff and used them for themselves. So it's up to us to progress and find things out and do something about it as human beings, and care for each other and not put each other down. And just because we're vegan, we don't have to attack people that eat meat or whatnot. You can be a positive influence and let them know if they want to, they'll eventually change. If they figure out that this food is actually making them sick and unhealthy instead of making them healthy and strong, like they are told since we've been going to school and learning from all these different sources, that it's not really the case. We're not supposed to eat that stuff. It really isn't healthy for us or good for us.
Education. You need to educate people around you, not spreading hate. I mean, if you just tell people that, hey, you're evil, you're horrible because you eat meat, it's not going to really click to them. They're just going to remember the negativity that you put on them, and it's not going to be a positive influence. They're not going to think anything positive about veganism. They're not going to want to investigate on their own because you just gave them a negative experience.
Yeah, it's like in one ear and out the other. They're going to think you're full of doggy chow. I don't know. It's just something that you got to stay positive. And from my point of view and my experiences and just my spiritual being, I've gone through a different type of understanding of everything, and I've taken all these aspects of life that are happening now and putting in pieces of the puzzle and stuff like that. And it's really interesting how things are happening. And I don't like to get into political stuff at all because it's not really our thing. But there's a lot of really interesting things that are coming about that I think are really going to steer us in the right direction, so to speak. But we need to be part of that direction and start producing positive energy, not negativeness, and keep everybody aware of things that can take us down the wrong path.
Yeah, so everybody needs to stay positive. If you're positive with other people, they'll be more positive, they'll be more willing to listen to you. And then maybe you can transition them over to a vegan lifestyle, by being positive. And if you're positive, you're going to create more positive people around you, and you'll be happier, other people will be happier. It's just, there's no negative side effect to being positive.
It's just because we don't smile all the time, we're not laughing all the time. A lot of people are tired, it's not like it's an on-off switch, but there are people that are happy, all the time. And I really envy those people sometimes because it's just easy for them. We weren't raised that way, and both of our parents weren't really at the top of their game with raising us, but we're doing the best for our children, and we're trying to make them positive and tell them positive things, because no matter what it is, whether it's racism, hatred towards, transgender, the LBG community, just
hatred towards
anybody, human race in general, people, we shouldn't despise anybody for who they are or who they believe they are, because that's not in our genetic code. I mean, that's not in our DNA. I feel like there's an entity that is controlling all our well-being, and they're putting this out, and people want to say it's the devil or it's this and it's that, but you gotta outweigh that and push that aside, because no matter what it is, it's still evil, and it's still negative, and it's still pushing us out, and we need to get rid of that, and we all have that capability to do so. And within the coming years, there's going to be a lot of really cool things, I think, that are going to be coming to fruition and life in general. So it's something that I'm looking forward to, and to seeing it, because I've read about it and stuff, and I'd like to share some of that stuff and the knowledge that I have too with you and everything. I'm still reading a book right now, and it's been really hard to finish it. I would have been done with it already if it wasn't for the kids. My son took the bookmark out the other day, so I had to find exactly where my spot was. But when I get done with that, I'll do some reviews on that book.
Yeah, so main message: stay
positive. Love your kids. Love everybody.
Don't judge people.
You may think that it's a like old-fashioned, hippie type trend, but that's not. That's what those people had it right whenever they were all about peace, love, and happiness, and not war. Minus the drugs, we don't need that. I mean, we don't need to repeat that cycle. I think they're using it as an excuse back then just to use the LSD and the marijuana, but you don't need none of that. And by the way, we've actually stopped drinking, so I think we're going on was it a week already?
Week? It's been longer than that.
2 weeks?
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks, about 2 weeks, and we're going to try to keep it that way, because it just makes you feel blah.
Yeah. Even though we didn't drink that much, it's just, you don't feel positive.
You feel bloated. You get bloated. There's just a lot of things that, you really can't accomplish when you're drinking. It may be fun, but those times are gone and past. I'm too old for that, and we need to grow up. But subscribe to our videos and
comment. Tell us what you think, what you want to see in the future.
And please stray away from the negative comments, because they will be deleted. This is not what we want for our page. because when our children grow up, we want them to see this as, that there are positive people out there. We don't need the negativity, because that just shows that those people that are negative really need a lot of work. But if you want to, we can all work at this together and, try to help each other out with what we can. If you have information, we have information, or y'all have better ideas. I mean, it's all about getting people on the right track and getting them certain things that maybe we don't know how to do that y'all do and whatnot. It'd be fun. But subscribe to our videos once again, and
Stay happy.
stay happy. Peace.